Welcome to Wales. It's early summer here in Swansea and well over 1,000 athletes and many more supporters have descended on the city for an evening of racing. It's time for the Swansea Triathlon. Town centre racing on closed roads is a rare experience, and here in Swansea, the heart of the city centre is dedicated to a summer night's sprint distance dash from the dock to the historic castle. The heritage of Wales's second city is one of seafaring, sport and culture, with the highbrow represented by poet Dylan Thomas and the high life represented by actress Catherine Zeta-Jones, both amongst many famous local figures. Local people are of course passionate about sport too, and Shane Williams, perhaps Swansea's greatest rugby hero, is a past competitor here, like many others finding the perfect introduction to swim, bike and run right here in Swansea. Here's your commentator, Patrick Winterton.
These waters used to be occupied by huge boats that exported copper and zinc, but nowadays Swansea docks full of pleasure craft and the odd reminder of maritime history. The city itself full of thousands of spectators who've come to watch the University of Wales Trinity St David Swansea Triathlon. Imogen Ashwell-Lewis, who has cerebral palsy, is one of the competitors today and has a good team behind her. And Shane Williams has raced here before. He raced in 2016 and he's in good shape.
This is my second time doing it, and the weather's been exactly the same each time, so that's always a bonus. It's right on my doorstep, and it's a great event, and I'm looking forward to betting my time and have a nice day.
He can't fail. Singlets, shades, sun cream, all reliable indicators of the good conditions.
I enjoy swimming very much. Cycling good, but not so good on the run. We hate the running, but it's a challenge.
I think it's going to be a quick course. I think it's going to see a lot of good times coming in, I think, today, especially with the weather.
Well, let's have a look at the course. It's a sprint event, so the swim, of course, 750 metres, and it takes place in the Prince of Wales docks. The conditions absolutely ideal. Anti-clockwise, out and back, and quite a long run into transition. Then onto the bike, 3 laps of an out and back course down Mumbles Road. Plenty of opportunity to see exactly where the opposition are, and so when they head on to the final phase, the 5-kilometer run, they'll know exactly what they have to do. And this is where Alex Matchett was so good last year, a phenomenal time, under 16 minutes for the 5 kilometers. And a twisting course, a couple of difficult turns, but an interesting one nonetheless. So that's what they've got to do, and there are some new faces, some young faces. Nathaniel Harris, 8th last year, see what he can do. James Dean just missed out on the podium. I think he was only 25 seconds off 3rd spot last year. Desperately wants to get into the top 3 this time.
Swimming well. Biking's probably going to be my weakest leg today, but again, I've got quite a bit of time to pick up on wherever I feel like I've got a bit of room to improve.
Who do you think's your main competition?
The lad who won last year, he's a top class athlete, so I think if I was going to bet, I'd bet on Alex.
Well, I'm not sure he's going to get very good odds on Alex Matchett. He was in fine form last year. Tremendous run. 55 minutes, 58 seconds for the win.
Training and racing has been going well, so I think last year, whereas I was coming a bit more under the radar, this year I suppose there's more expectation on me, so it's up to me to go out there and do a job, really.
As I mentioned, a sub 16-minute run for Matchett last year. If he does that again, it's going to be hard to beat him. Well, there is one part of a triathlon couple, Will Munday and his wife Hannah, both racing. Hannah, a sensationally good swimmer, so expect to see her near the front of the field.
There's a saying that couples that train together stay together, so we do quite a lot of our training together with the clubs that are around here in Swansea.
Have you done this race before?
Yeah, I did this race last year, finished 3rd, so hoping to improve on that this year.
Well, it was the run that she lost the race in last year. She was first out the water, first into T2, and so we'll see how Hannah gets on. Incidentally, she was Hannah Johnson last year getting married since then, as the first wave head down to the pontoon for the start of the race. 750 metres, remember, for the swim, and the Samba band here to help them on their way. Those with confidence working their way to the front, and a good start, absolutely imperative. You want to get onto the toes as someone who swims just a fraction quicker than you do. It's never easy, and a lot of people uncomfortable with this open water swimming, but those who've been practicing will know exactly how to conserve energy. Matchett produced an 8:07 last year.
I had a really good swim, which sort of set me up for a good race, and then I was able to relax into it on the bike, and then had a good lead going on to the run, and then I just maintained the lead. So yeah, I was very happy.
So waiting to see whether Matchett can do exactly the same. Again, he's got some stiff competition in the water, and it's coming from Andrew Horsfall-Turner, who's an open water swimmer. He's not a triathlete by any means, and his tweet prior to the race was, "Let's see if the fish can survive on land." Alex Matchett out in second place, 15 seconds or so by my watch given away to Horsfall-Turner, and I think Matchett might be able to turn that around in the transition. Here is Hannah Monday. What a swim from her, first place in the women's, but she's third overall, so that's a sensational swim, and gives her a bit more of a lead than she had last year. Well, Matchett is flying, and as I mentioned, it's quite a long run into the transition. The top half of the wetsuit is off, and the transition all important. Firstly, not to pick up any penalties. Secondly, not to waste any time. Now, you might be able to see Will Monday in the background. He is some 75 metres behind his wife, but he's used to chasing his wife out of the water in triathlons, and the same has happened again today. Matchett, despite being second out the water, he's certainly going to be first on to the bike. Away he goes. The defence of his title has started well, and he has a devastatingly good run at the end. So unless they make contact on the bike, it would seem that Matchett is going to cruise to his second successive victory here in Swansea. Over the red line, no mounting the bike before that marker, and then he'll just get a bit of pace up before he slips his feet into his shoes. Well, here is the fish, Andrew Horsfall-Turner. He's been doing a bit of flapping around in the transition area and given away some 30 seconds to Matchett, who's now the race leader. So he's going to be fighting for a top 10, I suspect, by the end of today. Matchett on his own, and 20 kilometres on the bike to complete. They'll average something like 40 kilometres an hour, so it will take under that 30-minute marker. Away goes Hannah Monday, and a little bit slow in the transition, but she's much improved on the bike and on the run, I believe, and so hoping that the same doesn't happen this year as happened last year, where she lost 2 places on the final stage. Fantastic support here in Swansea, that has to be said. Some have come to watch family members, quite a few coming down to see Shane Williams, who's a big hero in these parts, and so far it's going well for him.
Shane, how was it?
Isn't getting easier, boys, let me tell you.
He's had a good swim, 13:25. He'll have to be happy with that. Back in 2016, he was a good 30 seconds slower than that. Now we're back to Imogen, who is racing with the team from Cerebra Innovation Centre, and they're based at the University of Wales Trinity St David. Imogen just getting herself in position for the start of Wave 2.
What bit are you most excited about, would you say?
I'm excited about the water bit, but I'm a bit worried about the running bit.
Why is that?
Because some people are faster at running than us.
So being able to do this with Cerebra is fantastic, because it means she can do something that she wouldn't otherwise have the opportunity to do. And they were, been fantastic in terms of they designed and made her a first wheelchair. So it's great to be able to give something back to them for helping her.
And of course they'll be raising money for Cerebra, and Dr. Ross Head is the man who will be taking on the final leg, the run.
We build equipment when something's not available for somebody already. Just needs a little bit of ingenuity sometimes, a little bit of extra help, and a few pairs of hands, but Imogen's going to do a triathlon, so it's kind of proof of that.
And I can tell you they've done a fantastic job. It's going to be interesting to see how the equipment works. 3 separate bits of kit for Imogen's race today. She's going to get good support. The rest of the athletes here always getting good support in Swansea.
Started at the back to let the fastest ones go first. But yeah.
So you can catch them up now?
No chance. They've gone.
How you feeling, buddy?
Oh, getting there. That was a tough swim. Try and make up some time on the bike, but I'm not going to catch the front guys, that's for sure.
You never know.
Never know. Just get round and enjoy it.
Well, that's the aim for most of the athletes here. Just about 1,000 competitors in this year's race. Up front, we've got James Dean, who has gone off like the wind, just going past Andrew Horsfall-Turner. So he's now into second place, the teeth gritted, and he's trying to chase down Alex Matchett, but that is not going to be easy. Matchett's on a flyer. He's averaging 40 kilometres an hour at the moment, and that's going to give him a ride time of somewhere just around the 30-minute mark. It's James Dean still on the chase, but he's been pushed down into third position. Will Monday's come through, taken a minute out of his wife. He's taken a few seconds out of James Dean, and he's cycling at roughly the same speed as Matchett, but he won't catch him before the transition, which is coming up shortly. Matchett, Monday, Dean leading the way.
Welcome back to the Swansea Triathlon, a city centre event that provides both a tough challenge for competitors but also brilliant entertainment for the crowds. Some of the nation's best are here for the elite races, and the battle between them is well and truly underway. So let's rejoin your commentator, Patrick Winterton.
The battle for the title of the University of Wales Trinity St David Swansea Triathlon is well underway. And James Dean has been pushing hard in second place. This is the man he's trying to chase down, but Matchett so far has put in an impeccable performance. He'll be off the bike before the red line, inch perfect, and now just some steady drills. He's usually very good in the transition. Off comes the helmet. A little bit of talc in the running shoes just to make it easier to slip them on. And what's so incredible is the speed he gets up in the early stages of the run. 3 minutes per kilometre. It only takes him 100 metres or so before he gets to that pace. Now, James Dean has got a few precious metres lead over Will Monday, who was in front of him on the bike, albeit for a short time. Those two have had a good battle so far. Now the transition so crucial, and it looks as though James Dean has won the initial phase convincingly. Monday still struggling with the shoes. Well, that shows a little bit of inexperience, and he's given away at least 75, probably closer to 100 metres, and that could be crucial come the end of the race. Matchett into the flow already and enjoying the fact that the temperature is now dropping.
This time of the race is fantastic because it means that everyone can come out and watch. We've got a lovely day here today again, so expecting similar sort of crowds, and as an athlete that's what really pushes you on, the crowd support.
Well, here comes Hannah Monday, and she's having a flyer. No other woman has reached T2 yet. At the last count, Emma Richards was in second place, but by my calculation she's some 5 minutes adrift, and I cannot see Hannah Monday being overtaken as she was last year. This is Shane Williams going well on the bike. He's averaging around 38, 39 kilometres an hour. He had a good swim. He's having a good ride as well.
I've trained pretty well this year. I have no excuses today, really. I just want to, enjoy the experience and hopefully better my time. I'm sure I will. I'll have to let you know if I do at the end.
Well, he did 1:15.54 in 2016, Shane Williams. That is the time he's after, and he's well on schedule to achieve that. Imogen Ashwell-Lewis hasn't stopped waving since she came out of the water, and she's going nicely. This, of course, her first ever triathlon.
I was surprised when Mum told me, because I've never really done something like this before.
Well, now we're going to see how her buggy corners, and it looks very stable indeed. The Cerebra Innovation Centre have done a good job, and I'm sure their work will benefit the many other children who have cerebral palsy, estimated at 1 in 400. The run to go. Dr. Ross Head, of course, will be on the controls for this one. And if he can beat 25 minutes, he's going very well. Well, he's certainly got plenty of entertainment to keep him going on the way round. It's a stunning triathlon, all the benefits of a city centre. You've got the buzz of the marina, and of course the run along the promenade that you can't beat. And it's relatively flat. That will please a lot of the athletes out there. The weather a little bit hotter than last year, and 80 kilos of Shane Williams going nicely. 41 now. What did he have? 87 caps for Wales. Hannah Monday still going nicely, and she, by my reckoning, in the top 15 overall at the moment, and that is a fantastic achievement. And as we mentioned earlier, she's left her competition behind, as has Alex Matchett. First off the bike, and he's running away from the rest of the field at the moment. It's not as quick a run as we saw from Matchett last year, but he's going to be well under the 17-minute mark, and that's pretty handy at the end of a long day, and of course with the heat that he's had to contend with today. James Dean, he's still hanging on in second place, and all over the place, I think, is a good description. Looks as though his head is twice as heavy as it was at the start of the day. The running form has gone, but somehow he's keeping the pace going. Losing time to Alex Matchett, but at the moment holding off Will Monday, who he's had a great battle with all the way through. Castle Square once again hosting the finish here in Swansea, and Matchett, for the second year in succession, breaks the tape. His time 58.58.
This year it's different, you have to come back and defend the title, the pressure's a bit on, so dealing with that was really good. So yeah, it was a really good race. Sport was amazing, really chuffed to defend my title and come back and win again. So yeah, very happy.
So a great performance by Matchett, slower on all three disciplines than he was last year, but it's winning that matters. Here comes James Dean, a real fight from him.
Said top 3 before the race, would be happy, so second, yeah, can't complain with that. After the first race this season, it was good.
Did you feel like you could possibly take it at any point?
Well, the bike, you kept seeing him, but all stayed the same all the way around, and then the run, just didn't have anything left really to get him.
Will Monday just fading in the closing stages, but it was really T2 that lost him the battle for second place. He was some 20 seconds slower than James Dean coming out. He's lost second place by a little more than that, but had he come out on the shoulder of James Dean, I think he could have put up a better fight. But third place nonetheless, that's a good performance from him. He'll be happy with his bike ride, certainly.
I came into transition with James, who I trained with, which was quite good, and then he just ran away from me. I just couldn't get going on a run, but pretty happy to come third, so yeah. And I think Hannah's just coming in now.
Here's your wife.
Here she is. Happy Mondays. What a performance from them, and it's 13th place overall for Hannah Monday.
I hope that I do better than last year when I came third, but you never know who's going to turn up, so only do your best, and I'm really pleased. Yeah, thank you.
How was it out there?
Hot, busy, lots of people, lots of cheering, but really good, yeah.
Well, the masses are still going strong, and they've still got some way to go. They'll be glad it's only a 5k race. The zip's getting lower and lower as the race goes on. Everyone just trying to maintain a decent temperature. As for Dr. Ross Head, he's got a slightly harder job than anyone else, but he does have the motivation provided by Imogen, the pilot for the CIC team. What a day out for her. She'll remember that for a long time, and hopefully we'll see her back in the race next year. So many first-timers here. Shane Williams is not one of them, and this is a fine performance. 31.36 on the bike. He's just over 21 minutes on the run. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it was tough. The swim was a lot harder than I remember it, but I felt I had to do a bit of catching up on the bike. I went a bit too hard, if I'm honest, but just get excited in these events, and then dug in and held on for the run.
41 years old and still getting faster. That's great work from Shane Williams, and he's certainly been putting in the hours out on the roads around Swansea. Lots of personal bests.
I've done some races for uni and stuff, but it's never quite like this. Best end like round here, it's brilliant.
The atmosphere, as you can hear, is fantastic, so can't ask for better.
It's amazing. Everyone around the course is just incredible. Cheering you on keeps you going. It was my first one, so it was really tough, but all good in the end, and we got it.
You enjoy it?
Every minute, mate, every minute. I'd do it again, for sure.
The support's superb. Just the day's wonderful. Excellent. I'm so pleased I did it.
And Imogen onto the red carpet, getting a royal welcome from the crowd here in Swansea. And there is the medal that she's been after.
Think you might want to do another triathlon, Imogen?
Yeah.
How was it for you?
Amazing. This little one is such a star. She kept me going the whole way round, and the whole rest of the team. She was absolutely brilliant, wasn't you? Kept telling me to go faster, and we did.
Well, all that work done by the Cerebra Innovation Centre, very worthwhile indeed. What a day it's been here. And I think you'll struggle to find smiles as wide as the ones you can see crossing the finishing line here in Swansea.
Well, the party is in full swing here at the castle as another Swansea Triathlon draws to a close. We've seen some great racing with old champions and new. But for everyone here, it's been another unforgettable day. We'll see you next time.